Okay. Hopefully that's working now. Yeah, okay. Sorted. Okay, so we've got the sound going. G'day, John. How you going? Using this here today. This is the Arbortech Ball Gouge. And yeah, so pretty much all I was saying in the beginning was going to be using the Arbortech Ball Gouge, but had no sound. But that's all good. So the Arbortech Ball Gouge is really, it fits onto an angle grinder, and it's really good for sort of like shaping bowls. Um, you know, a lathe is really, really good for shaping round bowls, but if you want to do non-round bowls, this is what you kind of need. So that's what we've got here, and as you can sort of see, I've been using this one for quite a long time. And now that's a blade that runs around the side, so you can sort of imagine it spinning like that. So it's actually getting on, like when it spins, it's like gets on that bit and on the back on that bit. And it also, as it spins, it sort of self-sharpens as well. So this one I've had for quite a few years, and it's still really, really sharp. Now they are expensive. So only here for 10 minutes. Have to. That's all good, Mark. No problem. Got to pick up your kids from kindergarten. Right. Okay. So when we go to put it on here, essentially all it is it just fits on with a thread, and you just fit it on like so. Make sure I always turn it off. Now I tend to leave the guard on, and I'll take it off if I need to. Yeah, when I say when I need to, it's sometimes like the guard's going to get in the way of carving a bowl. So on this here also, so you can sort of see that flat plane there. There's the one on the other side. So you just put in your spanner and you give it a little bit of a tighten up. Go the right way. Righty tighty. Lefty loosey. Right, okay. So that is ready to go. Now we're going to go outside. We're also going to be using the Arbortech contour sander. Now this is a random orbital, which essentially means it doesn't go round, well, it goes round like that, but it sort of like moves that way and that way. So it doesn't sort of like really leave lines in. Well, it kind of does, but there's no escaping that no matter what you've got. You just have to sort of like adapt to it. And it's quite flexible like this, so it's really good for bowls and all of that. And that also fits on essentially the same way as this fits onto the angle grinder. Okay. And these are designed in Australia. I don't know if you knew that, John. I'm just going to do a few things. Right. Okay, I'll just put that up there. Just decrease it a little bit. It's supposed to be working. Right, anyway, okay. So we will. No, why isn't that working? Sorry about this. Oh, it's painful, this thing. Come on, get out. Sorry. Okay. Well, there are affiliate links in the description. Put it down there. And then it goes blank. Who knows? Okay. So it might come back on. So I'm going to take this outside, and we are going to carve this here. Now, the only person probably knows what this wood is Mark from Wellington. So have a guess at what kind of wood that is. Yeah, cheers, beer. That's all good. It's probably because I'm doing it landscape mode. Right, okay. So I'm going to go and set up outside. It's only going to be a minute. Got everything kind of going on. Oh yeah, that writing's working now. That's cool. Right, okay, come on a journey. We're going outside. I'm just gonna swap around the so we're sort of like in a above me is that clear light stuff. I'll just swap around the channel. I mean like the camera. Get a bit of elevation. Oh, you got the original carving disc. Cool. Right, okay. Okay, so this is what we've got here is we've got a jaw horse. And essentially when you use one of these Arbortech ball gouges, you kind of need a real kind of solid grip on the piece of wood. You can't hold it with one hand and do it with the other, because when you're holding an angle grinder, it's a pretty decent machine. Right, okay. So I'm just plugging in the angle grinder now. Well, actually, I'll show you a few things before I plug it in. Okay, let's see if you can see everything here. I'll go really close up, just so I'm just going to explain what I'm going to be doing first. Okay, so when you're using this kind of angle grinder, well, this ball gouge, when you go up like that, it doesn't tend to work, but you've got to have it like on an angle. And because it's spinning this way, right, this is the best kind of area that you want to do, because it's going down into the wood like that. Whereas on this side, it's going to be coming up and cutting, and so it's going to tear out that wood on that side, so that would chip out. So what you need to do is you kind of need to do this side, and then you turn this piece of wood around and then do that side. You'll see what I mean when I'm doing it. Just trying to get the kind of angles right so you get a good view. Right. And I'll just put my dusk mask on. I'm going to be wearing this one today. This is dust mask from Base Camp. Now I'm going to be doing a review on this one very shortly. Probably going to post it after the 3rd of February. But so far I'm really liking it. I'll just it's going to be, the company sent me these masks, so I'm just going to try them out first. Okay, sorry about that. Trying to put it over my headset. Okay. Yeah, I think the carving wizard, I think the masks are pretty good. I'm actually talking through the mask at the moment, so hopefully you can understand me. So I'm going to plug in the angle grinder. We've got to be careful with angle grinders. So I'm running this. This is quite a nice angle grinder. This has got speed dials on the side. Stick it up to 5. So this cuts more like a chisel than like a cut saw. Anything cut saw. Right, okay. So you can sort of see it spinning around like that. And you don't kind of want to go right up to the line to start off with. Go in somewhere in here. And what you're trying to do is just get used to it. And you don't want to put too much pressure on it as well. Okay, so you can sort of see there, I'll take you in a little bit closer. So you can see there, it's really quite nice and smooth. The chips out of there. Just trying to get the right angle there. Yeah, so it's quite a nice clean cut, but you just got to like figure out how you're going to do it, and get it sort of like really concave. So it's sort of like a matter of scooping it out just gently as well. I'll just have a look at what you guys are writing. Ah, yeah, cool. Oh, Bear had a live this morning. Nice. Okay, I'm going to take off that guard to start off. Just going to quickly take off that guard. Right. Because you can sort of see it's sort of like, it's a bit of a pain. Because it sort of like hits on the edge of the thing. So I've got the guard off now. Okay, so what I'll try and do is I'll try and make that chip out, just to show you sort of like not to carve on this part. You sort of start seeing those are chipping out at the start anyway, and that's because it's lifting up. Yeah, you can sort of see it chipping out there. So you kind of want to keep your action to this part where it's going down like that. So what I would do now is I would sort of like swap this around, take a bit of a further away approach so you can sort of see what I'm doing. Good shot of the rubbish bins there. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so you get to that kind of stage and then you sort of just flip it around. Okay, so let's do this other side. Okay, I'll take you back in and just to show you because you sort of see me there. I was kind of like holding it sort of against my body. I find that's the best kind of way. Right, I'll just have a look what you guys are saying. Matt, that looks easy to operate, no kickback at all. Okay, so there is slight kickback. I've only experienced it a few times, but even the kickback isn't too bad. I don't want to say, like, these things are dangerous. You know, all power tools are dangerous. There's my disclaimer. Yeah, it does cut like butter. You know, this wood is not hard, but it's not soft either. And g'day, Electric Whittler. Awesome to have you along. Oh yeah, Bear's going somewhere. You're on the 71 southbound. Yeah, you probably should really. should keep your eye on the road. Okay, so let's get back to it. So we've got quite a nice kind of like concave there, but you can sort of, I hope you can sort of see them. It's quite bright in here, but you've got sort of like some lumpy bits in here. And what I think, with a kickback, and I have this with any machine, kickback often happens if you sort of try and take too much out at one time, or you sort of hit it like this by accident. So you always want to approach quite like a tapering approach like that, not like that. So just really lightly at first and then sort of dig in a little bit. But you don't ever really want to dig in too much with this because it's just going to overpower the blade and you won't be able to, it won't work and we'll want to kick back. Okay, so we're just going to smooth that out a little bit more. I hope you've got a good view there. Okay, so that's pretty good. So I think you could probably get a spoon, which is quite an oval, a little bit smoother than that, but because this is sort of different shapes, it's a little bit harder to get that real perfect there. But we'll use I might try a little bit more just to keep on showing you. So we'll see. Is there sound again? Sorry about that. Just see. Hello, hello. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you should be able to hear me again. Sorry about that. I think what happened was I dropped my headset because it bent over and it disconnected somehow. Cool. What did you miss? I'm not really sure what you missed. I was just sort of like showing you the grain in this wood is absolutely beautiful. This wood here, it's actually called Rira. It's very hard to say actually. So it's beautiful wood, New Zealand wood, good for bowls and things like that. So we've got quite a good finish there, but I might just work on that little bit there a little bit more. Right, do this, put it in this way, put it in that way to start with. Yeah, like I was saying before, is the best way to carve is in these areas here like this, because the ball is going down like that, so you're not going to get any tear out. Usually when it comes to bowl carving, what you want to do is you want to do the concave first, and then you're going to cut out this and then shape the outside. We'll just do the concave today, but I'm going to show you yeah, I'm going to show you sort of like the sander now. It's getting really hot here actually. Okay. Yeah, I think I've actually never done that. The electric wood layer. I've never actually coloured that with a dye. It probably would look pretty cool actually, because it would do speckles in different shades of blue or whatever you're going to use. Okay, just get the. Okay, so now we're going to use the contour sander. So essentially, this thing is just sort of like a spinny thing here. It's too as expensive. Not as expensive as Ball Gouge, but you can change the pads on it. Sort of like it gets put in there on a Allen key, and then you put it in, and you just put it on the angle grinder like the Ball Gouge. Okay. Ooh. It's sort of like a greenhouse. This where I'm working. It's got like just shave actually. Just pull the camera out a little bit. Yeah, so essentially that's the only gap there, and sort of like yeah, so it's all sort of like clear light, what's what we call it over here, and that's the workshop there. It's you can see it. It's Minnie down there sleeping under the table, and yeah, it's warming up. It was raining actually this morning. That's out the back, plants and all that kind of stuff. Right. Okay, we'll put you back on here. So whenever I sort of change anything on an angle grinder, I always take the plug out, mainly because you might accidentally press the power button instead of the brake. So I always just take the plug out, so you don't do that. It's a bit different from Dremel carving, this bigger stuff, when it comes to filming it. Right, okay, so there's your brake. Hope everyone is well. Now I'm thinking I'm going to carve a bowl for the Valentine's challenge, and I'm going to carve it in the shape of a heart. All right, so that's on. Get rid of that. Yeah, it's sort of like in the middle of the house, Josh. Well, the electric whittler. So it's really nice because when it's raining, you can sort of be in that area and still be kind of outside. I want to be there. Yeah, it's summertime here in New Zealand. It's quite nice. Although we haven't had a great summer, it's been a lot of rain this year. Safety first. Yep. Okay, so I'll plug it back in. Okay, I think we'll go close up with this one, just so you can sort of see how it kind of contours around the shape of the bowl. Mask back on. Yeah, I bet you guys are cold over there in the USA, America. Winter over there, except for California. That place always looks like it's summertime. They've got all those fires happening and all. Okay, I'll just sort of like see if you can sort of, yep. So you can sort of see how it bends. I haven't got it on yet, but you can sort of see how it bends there. So you probably couldn't go that much smaller than this kind of bowl for this, because that kind of just fits in there. So I don't know if you can see, but if you slow it down, oh, that's what I'll do, is it's an orbital sander, so what that means is it doesn't spin around one axis. Well, it does spin around one axis, but that axis is always moving. I just turn it on, and you'll see it sort of like move from side to side. Come on. Yeah, right. Now speed that up.
Yeah, it seems to be working quite well. Probably a little bit difficult to get into this area here. Just try and use half of it. You probably shouldn't have used a divot on this.
Right, okay. I'm going to take this inside just because it's too hot out here. And then I will show you the finished product. Actually, I might put some dye on this one just to see what it looks like. Right. Let's get things organized here. Okay, so I think it was a bit of a strain with it being so a little bit narrow in this area. I got it pretty good. And I did this one yesterday, which I made that short out of. Now what I would do is go around the bandsaw with one of these, or you could use a cut saw disc as well to go out on the outside and shape it. But I just thought this was quite a nice kind of like thing to show you sort of how it's kind of you make a bowl with the Arbortech ball gouge. Now you could use this instead of the sander, and probably be quite easy to do this kind of size bowl with one of these on your Dremel. What have we got going on? Thank you all for tuning in anyway, that's awesome. I'll just make sure you can hear me again. Yep. G'day, last breath. Our pipes froze up yesterday, so that was fun. Yeah, it doesn't sound like fun at all. I just want. Right. Okay. So, what can we do? I'll put some blue in it to see if because Josh had the idea of you put some dye in this and see what that wood looks like. Let's have a look. I'm just getting some dye. Right. Yeah, the grain on this is amazing. Oh, it's too dark. It's lost it all. But you probably could regain it by sanding it again, just making it a little bit lighter. Yeah, I'm just going to practice up here. So you can still see it there. Like if you went in with a sander, I'll just quickly sand it with this one. Tie-dyed. Too late now. Yep, doesn't matter though. These are all just experiments, you know, just having fun, finding out what works. $100 grit. Try some 100 grit on there. No, that's not Tocho, Mark. That's this is Rewa. Spelled R-E-W-A, R-E-W-A. Okay. Just got to remember to turn down the speed on these. Okay, so you see it takes off too much. Kind of interesting. Oop. Better turn on the old dust extractor. Uh, okay, so it's not really working out. That's all good. We'll put that one to one side. Just sand this one off a little bit more. Well, probably shouldn't have used the blue one.
Like, you know, when you're doing bowls, you're going to take quite a long time to perfect your bowls. But like this is just like quickly showing you the tools that you use. But if you kind of like burn marks there, you'd probably have to like spend a bit of time getting those out. We'll put a bit of oil on, show you what it looks like then. Okay, what have I got? Okay, got this old Osmo top oil. Let's put some of that on. Yeah, yeah, definitely carving wizard. You probably have to let that sort of like set for a while, and then what I reckon what the best bet would be is to dilute that blue because it's just too dark, and so probably dilute it by about 75%. And I think because that's a spirit-based one, you'd have to use something like methylated spirits to dilute that one, so you have like it's not as dark when it goes on. I've done that before in the past, actually. No, you never do that. See, I've left the blue in that one. And what's cool about this wood is, see, it sort of like has different kind of like grains in different places. So yeah, side grain looks quite a bit different from that side. Ingrained looks pretty cool as well. So you can sort of see the real difference between that bit there and that bit there, just depending on how tight the wood is in the areas. Right. Oh, it's kind of like dried up a bit, the oil. See if I can get some out of there. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? It's one of the best parts of wood carving. Uh, um, there's another wood similar to this. It's called silky oak. You can see the ingrain there is that'll absorb, so it will go really dark. So you probably won't see much of it. Oh, where's my paper towels? Someone's stolen my paper towels. Typical. Anyway, yeah, it is cool though, that wood. It's pretty it's pretty hard wood to get these days, actually. So it doesn't raise the grain so bad. Yeah, it's a good idea. Last breath. Awesome. Looks like what that part's covering it. Leo wood? Leopard wood. Not as dark though. Where can you get it? You have to have mates in high places, Mark. I don't think you're going to buy it at any hardware store. Um, it's a native wood, so it's really hard to get in New Zealand. You have to know people who's sort of like had it, have had it for like 20 years or so. So probably a dumb question with the oil. It just sucks in and then the pieces dry. You don't have to put anything else on top of it. Well, it all depends on the oil. I don't know. I don't use a lot of oils. I tend to use waxes. But with the oils, like this one here, it's actually this is a very expensive oil. This is actually made for like kitchen bench tops, so it's like food safe and all that kind of stuff. So if you're doing spoons, this would be an oil that you could use. Now, if you're doing cups, now I've spoken to a lot of people about cups. Yeah, it's like lacewood. It's when you're doing cups, it's real hard to do cups because the thing is that you're putting hot liquids into it. So anything that you put on the wood is going to kind of like leach or melt or whatever. So the real top kind of like they call them kutzels, wooden cups, made in sort of like with those spoon carving knives and all of that kind of stuff. A lot of them don't actually put on any oil and will just use the beverage to sort of like what would you say soak into the wood. You can get exotic woods from Woodcraft. Yeah, cool. We don't have Woodcraft over here though, Mark to make us. We have very little kind of like things over here in New Zealand. Oh, look, I'm not. I only put this oil on here just to show you how it popped. I'm not actually worried about this piece here. I might touch it up later on and make a bowl out of it. I'm not really sure. I just had this left over, so I was just showing you how the Arbortech worked. But this one here, yeah, you're supposed to probably wipe it off so it doesn't get any pooling, and then put on this one. I believe it kind of dries. Yeah, so approximately 8 to 10 hours drying time, and up to 2 to 3 weeks if the surface is fully cured. I believe you sort of have to put on a few coats. Yeah, you put on 2 coats. Yeah, each different oil is kind of different drying times and all that. Like I'm not an expert in oils. Do you have to re-oil it in the future if it's just sitting around as decorations? No, I don't think you would have to really. The spoons that I've made in the past for my mum, I don't make them to actually use because they're really decorative. So I tend to put just an oil on them once, and then they just sit on the wall. You know, they're kind of like the Welsh love spoons. Yeah, sounds like Last Breath knows more about oils than I do. So shoot your questions at him on his channel.
yeah, so pretty much that's about it from me today. Oh, it's got a bit of a kick, that smell on that oil. Yeah, so thank you all for tuning in. Now I'm going to do a few videos this week. I'll do a members video and some other videos for the main channel. Right, okay, we'll see you later, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.